cigar.com. I'm here at Cigars for an event for Casa Fernandez. I'm here with Paul, who's the president of Casa Fernandez.
Yes.
And with Master Blender Arsenio, which is an
Arsenio
incredible
Ramos.
treat. Thank you so much. And can you tell me a little bit about your history, Arsenio, your tradition, where you come from? I mean, what you told me was a great story.
Ella quiere saber, ¿sabes? Cuándo empezaste con tabaco y la historia y todo eso.
Yo empecé en el tabaco desde que nací.
He began in cigars from the day he was born. He's been smoking cigars since he was 10 years old. He's now 75 years old.
Mi padre con su padre y mi abuelo. Era mi abuelo y mi abuelo.
His father, his father's grandfather, and his great-grandfather were in the tobacco business in Cuba.
Que no sé,
Tú sabes la historia.
desde tenía 10 años.
Sí.
Ya trabajaba en el tabaco.
So has his first cigar when he was 10 years old. He worked with Cuba Tabaco for 40 years. He's been with Aganorsa and Casa Fernandez for 10 years. He is world renowned as far as blending and as far as leaf integrity for the Cuban cigar factories.
Something that you had told me earlier, you've written 2 books already on tobacco.
Ella está hablando de los libros que ya escribiste.
Sí, siempre estaba estudiando el tabaco.
He's always been studying tobacco. You know, part of the culture, it's really in his blood.
Sus orígenes, su historia,
The origins, the history, the culture,
su evolución en la humanidad
the evolution in humankind,
y su influencia en la sociedad.
and the influence in society.
What you had said earlier too was the science of tobacco and how the science really stood out.
Está hablando de la ciencia del tabaco.
El tabaco como tal se puede considerar una ciencia, porque el hombre es muy determinante en la calidad del producto final, desde la genética, la pureza de las variedades.
Entonces, he's always been interested in the science of tobacco and how it relates to mankind, in the factor, from the growing from seed to ash. So, man really likes to create a finished product, and you can quickly see the labor of your efforts once you create the finished product and you smoke the product.
Conocer bien las exigencias y la necesidad de las plantas.
And then knowing very well how to grow tobacco, the characteristics of the leaf, and also the characteristics of the soil to create the perfect leaf and the perfect blend.
Clasificarlas bien, las hojas, clasificar bien
And
las
how to
hojas,
classify the leaves on the plant to get where you want to go.
fermentarlas correctamente,
Correct fermentation, correct aging,
mezclarlas, hacerlas ligas,
and then mixing the varieties of seed and also the varieties on the plant of the leaf to get to the perfect blend.
para obtener un puro con calidad excelente.
To arrive at a quality blend, for the smoker.
As blenders, when you're tasting the tobacco, you're tasting the tobacco with a raw leaf, so you know how to blend it. I didn't realize that there are certain drinks that the blenders will have when they're actually smoking them. Can you tell me more
Well,
about those drinks?
what's always been interesting to me is that sitting with world-class blenders such as Arsenio and Ramos, I've had the opportunity to sit with different people that come in and buy leaf, and also are helping us blend it. And typically, what they drink would be mineral water, unflavored rum, unflavored tea, coffee, and milk, depending on the palate. When you blend, typically you can only stand probably about 2.5 hours, depending on the individual. Your palate is completely exhausted, and then you have to basically walk away. But during that period of time, you have to cleanse your palate, as you would wine tasting or whatever. And wine and cigars really lends itself as far as the process, creating and validating the right grade, the right tobacco, the right variety, those types of things.
Another thing with the blending and the science is, a friend earlier had mentioned that sometimes with cigars that it'll leave like a dry taste and smell. And something you had said with the balancing about preventing that from happening. Can you tell me more about that?
It's just like in cooking. When you create a blend, you use seco, viso, morado, ligero, whatever you want to use to create the blend. And normally when you get a very dry cigar, it's either a variety of seed, it's a combination of different seeds within a blend, or it can be a lot of things. But the dryness on the palate is characteristic of the actual characteristics of the blend, the characteristics of the leaf. Now we blend for balance, and to us, there are 4 points on the tongue, the tip of your tongue, the back of your tongue, and the 2 side rails. If you create a cigar that's perfectly balanced, perfectly blended, it'll hit you in the center of the tongue and make your mouth water. That's where you've achieved excellence as far as blending. Whether it's mild or thermonuclear. Thermonuclear would be 3 leaves of the head, very strong, very full body, but very good, very rich.
I like a cigar that makes us salivate too. It's fantastic. Is there anything that you would want my viewers to know about Casa Fernandez if they're not familiar with it?
Well, Casa Fernandez is a subsidiary of Aganorsa. Aganorsa is an agriculture conglomerate, and one of the entities is tobacco. And within that entity, we have about 10 to 15 farms, depending on a particular time of the year that we're planting. We specialize in Cuban seed Nicaraguan leaf only. So we grow Corojo 99 Cuban seed. We grow Corojo 2006 Cuban seed, which is the latest variety to come out of Cuba. We grow Criollo 98, and we specialize in a Cuban-esque flavor and aroma and balance. That's what we do. Our processes are all Cubans. We have Cuban farmers. We have Cuban factory people. We have Cubans as far as curing, fermenting. Everything is Cuban processes. Our background is Cuban. And so that's, we're kind of living our heritage. We haven't been in the business 100 years. We'll be the first ones to tell you that. But we do everything very Cuban-esque.
I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate you